What's up, YouTube? This is the Scrub Club here again with Brandon. This is a deck profile for a deck that I really think is interesting, that made its big debut, well, not debut, but big rise during last year's Nats. Before the North America WCQ, it actually, I think it was Latin America, and I took advantage because this format, I think it's really good. So let's get to the deck profile. Okay, to start off, 3 Majesty Fiend. This is just, it cannot be special summoned, and it negates monster effects. Next is 3 Vanity Fiend. Cannot be special summoned and negates special summons. Next is 3 Vanity Ruler. Vanity's Ruler. It cannot be special summoned, and my opponent cannot special summon, so I can still special summon. Next monster is 3 Archlord Kristya. Negates all special summoning, and when it would be sent to the graveyard, it goes back on top of my deck. And last monster is Angel 07. Not all of you might know what he does. Is when he's tribute summoned, he gains the following effect: negate all monster effects. Negate all effect monster effects. They cannot be activated, actually, which is even better. Okay, so that's monsters. Now time for spells. 3 Pot of Duality. 3 Photon Sanctuary. 3 Mausoleum of the Emperor. Okay, so I'm going to explain these two. So, this card for Photon Sanctuary is live for all my monsters except for Vanity's Fiend, because they're all lights. So what this card does is I special summon 2 tokens, 2000 attack, 0 defense, thunder, and they're light. I special summon them in defense, and they cannot be used for synchro monsters, and they cannot attack. And the turn I activate this card, I can only summon light monsters. So that's the thing, is that I can't summon Vanity's Fiend, but I can summon all the rest of my monsters that are in my deck. And Mausoleum is that, although these monsters cannot be special summoned, there's no requirement for, like, other than Angel 07, there's no requirement like their Monarchs where they have to be tribute summoned. These monsters all get their effects by just being on the field. Okay, so that explanation is done. Next is 3 Upstart Goblins, just to make the deck go faster. And if you get the stuff off, it's crippling to your opponent. Next is 2 Terraforming. Then 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. 2 Fiend Sanctuary. What this card does is I special summon 1 token with 0 attack. It's level 1, it's a Fiend in Dark. And when this token is attacked, my opponent takes any damage I would take instead. And then I pay 1,000 life points during each of my standby phases, but if I don't, it's destroyed. And it cannot attack, so that'd be crazy. Attack and then have them take damage. It'd basically be Ubel. Next is 1 Raigeki. Obviously you can only run 1. And then 1 Snatch Steal. That's it for the spells. Next is 3 Safe Zone for traps. Then 3 Reckless Greed. And then last trap is the First Monarch, just for an extra tribute. Safe Zones to protect the my monsters, and Reckless is to get more draw power. Okay, that's it for the main deck. Now time for the extra deck. You're going to be wowed away with how many I have. The ones that are just the only ones I can bring out that are even relevant. 1 Gauntlet Launcher. The only way I can actually X these is through the First Monarch and Majesty's Fiend, if I have both of them out, which I don't really see where it will help me that much. It might get me out of a tight spot where my only answer is that to someone's boss monster, I guess, to say like a Valkyris maybe, but I think that's the only time I'd ever really want to exceed. My other one is Photon Strike Bouncer, and Insector Exobeetle. Now it'd be cool if I brought him out and then equipped Kristya, and then just pop Kristya and then add it back to the top of my deck. So I guess that'd be kind of cool, but that's really the only thing. These are the only monsters that I can even think of to even bring out. So that's it for the extra deck. Now time for the side deck. Let's start off with 3 End of Anubis. So what the End of Anubis does is, while he's face up on the field, neither player can activate card effects in the graveyard, and neither player can target cards in the graveyard. So he shuts down. So he's basically Necro Valley, but he's also a negation for any effect in the graveyard, any monster effect. My bad. Oh no, never mind. My bad. Anything. Sorry. Okay, so he can negate anything, and why I side 3 is because if I play Burning Abyss or Shadal's or even Volcanics, then I just bring him out using Mausoleum, and then I have a monster that stops all their stuff. Next is 2 Mexi, Nekroz, Burning Abyss, Shadal. That's mainly it. Why I side this, just for extra draw power so I can keep on going off. Thunder King, I forgot to mention Spiritual Beasts and the Yosenjus, that this card stops their tanky. This card can stop their contact fusion. Just send it. This also stops Nekroz with their searching. It's a 1900 beater. So bring this guy out against any deck that needs searches, and then basically golden. Then next, 1 MST for the third one for removal against Kill Forts. Oh, Kill Forts too. It was really good. Now 3 Royal Decree, because with the 3 Royal Decree, I only run 7 traps. So I was debating whether to main it, and then I decided I'm not gonna main it, but I'm gonna side 3 of them, because against any deck that runs a lot of traps, that's really crucial, because I can then stop their traps, and then I can stop their special summoning and monster effects. Next is 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance against Kill Forts. They can't pendulum. Well, they can't put any monsters in their pendulum zone, so they kind of have to try to go with their Helix, or set their MST and try to MST it the next turn. And it slows them down, and they can't do anything if I have it out, unless they MST, like I said. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning against Shadal, which is I think standard. So I want to sort of name this deck. I guess it's the Fairy Negation. I'll go with Fairy Negation. It's the Fairy Negation. Let's do that. Yep, it's Fairy Negation. So with this card, just you can abuse the heck out of Kristya, Majesty's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, and it shuts down Nekroz for sure. That's the reason why I built this deck, is because it shuts down Nekroz 100%. I played against my friend who was running Nekroz, and he would go first turn, okay, I'm gonna bring out Colossalus under so I can't special summon. I just went Mausoleum, summon Vanity's Fiend, and he couldn't do anything after that, because Nekroz don't really have very many answers other than side deck, and still this deck doesn't really use back row. It uses monsters to stop others' effects and special summoning. So that's the main reason why I built this deck, is to stop Nekroz, and I think it does a pretty good job. Okay, Fairy Negation, like, comment, and subscribe. The Scrub Club is out.